How did I go from not only being overweight, but insecure, negative, overly critical, judgmental, and the list goes on and on and on, to this? Here's a little bit of background. I am from Central America. My parents came to the States to work, save money, go back to Guatemala, and have some financial freedom. Unfortunately, that wasn't what happened. A period of 6 months to a year turning to a 7-year stay. Even though they left us with family members that were very loving and caring, that still impacted me, not having my parents for that long. I had a few other experiences that impacted my life negatively. I got molested by a close family member that I really loved. I got raped as a teenager, and I ended up marrying someone as broken as I was. We had 2 beautiful daughters, but we just couldn't endure the dysfunction, and I had to get a divorce. And becoming a single mother was one of the hardest things I had ever done. And here are the 9 steps I took. 1, I made peace with my past and forgave everyone, including myself, for the mistakes they and I made. And I asked myself this question many times, and I hope you ask yourself this question and answer it as honest as you can. Am I willing to become an overcoming champion, or am I going to stay as a perpetual victim? You cannot be both. Here's a second emotional step. I became bloody honest about my own negative thinking, feeling, acting towards me and others. I would like you to start paying attention to your inner dialogue, because how we feel has so much to do with how we think. Just one little bad stinky thought can create a chaos of emotions. So start thinking about what you're thinking. Here's your third one. I developed a prayer life. Meditation, talking to God, surrendering, connecting to the higher power, whatever you want to call it. By the way, it has nothing to do with religion. I was introduced to a few, and with all due respect, I didn't like any. It's about being real and really saying what's in your heart if that's what you want to do, or perhaps just staying quiet. But the point is to surrender yourself during this small period of time. You can start with whatever you can, 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, and go from there. Be open, be willing to experience peace, love, and answers. If it doesn't happen the first time, don't give up. You'll see some changes in the way you just see life and feel and everything else. Here's the first mental step. But before I go on, please like the video if you're liking it. Leave a comment below. That really helps this channel, and it allows me to get to know you a little more. All right, stay present. The past gives you depression. The future gives you anxiety. But staying present in the moment helps you develop momentum that is going to help you reach whatever goal you have in mind. 2, I learned and developed the habit of discomfort. What is that like for you? Is it perhaps waiting to have your next meal a little longer, or perhaps zipping your lips when you know you're not supposed to say something that you're not supposed to say at that very moment? I shared with you in previous videos how much I wanted to change. I wanted to be a good example to my daughters, and hopefully one day influence, inspire other women through my example, testimony, my life. But I didn't know how. So I broke my goal into different sections: the spiritual, the mental, the emotional, the physical, and everything that had to do with the physical, nutrition, sleep, and so forth. And I developed steps for each one. I thought, okay, let's say in your case, you want to improve energy, but you don't know how to do that. There's so many things that you can do, right? How about if you start with just your sleeping pattern, going to sleep 10-15 minutes before and waking up 10 or 15 minutes before. And for 30 days you do that, but every week you just increment the time. The first week is 10-15 minutes, the second week could be 15 to 20 minutes, and so forth, until you start adjusting your inner clock and developing this mental strength. That will give you the desire to continue moving forward with the goal of developing more energy. Steps for your physical aspects. The first thing I did was figure out what body type I had. Back in the days, we did not have all the information that we have available online now. Had to rely on library books, magazines that delivered in the mail, me trying all kinds of diets, and I would listen to radio or TV shows. Now you can figure that out ASAP. I'm leaving a link in the description box below. It's important for you to know how much macronutrients you need from each food group so you give your body exactly what it needs. Here's tip. I figure out what muscle fiber type I have more of in my muscles. And why is it so important? If you know which muscle fiber type you have more of in your body, you'll be more able to figure out what workouts or exercises you prefer to do, again, based on those muscle fibers. I am going to link a video in the description box below talking about what I learned in my studies of kinesiology and why it's important to figure that out. Physical step 3, rest, regeneration, rejuvenation, restoration. I owe this to you. There's 7 types of rest that you need to start implementing, and I promise I will create the video as soon as possible because I know the importance of resting. Resting is the foundation of everything you're gonna build. Okay, so it was a pleasure being here with you. I hope you start applying the steps that help me incredibly, and I want these steps to help you, and nothing will happen until you start implementing them, taking them one at a time. I love you all. Please remember to subscribe, to like, to ring the bell, and to share. Sharing is caring. Until then, please take good care of yourself and see you next time. Bye.